when one of our listeners gets a call from a collection agency, what advice would you give them? Do not say this.
All right, first of all, do not be stampeded into agreeing to anything.
Mm,
Be nice, don't raise your voice, don't curse them, et cetera, which I mean, I can't believe I have to say that to people, but
yeah.
uh, there's a lot of very angry people in the world,
Yeah.
and you just touch the surface and it all boils out. Anyway, always say, I have to think about it. You
Okay.
can't lie. But if you have a lawyer, say, I have to talk about this with my lawyer. It might not be a bankruptcy lawyer. It might be the guy that wrote your will. But, don't be stampeded into agreeing to anything.
Hmm. Be nice. Don't agree with anything. Specifically, I like this saying, I got to think about it. And you said, if they have an attorney, I'm going to talk to my attorney. But even if they don't have an attorney, if you say to collection agency, you know, I'm going to talk to an attorney about this, they're thinking it's a bankruptcy attorney. They got to be, right?
Probably.
I mean, because they're like, they deal with this all day long.
Right. That's what
That's
I
the
would.
last thing the collection company wants you to do,
Right.
right?
So
Because
when I
they know if you file bankruptcy, they get zero, right?
typically,
It's probably a good negotiation tactic. Like, hey,
it
hey, he
absolutely is.
mentioned he mentioned he's going to talk to an attorney, right?
All right. So that's what I was about to get to.
Okay, tell me.
I say, don't be stampeded. Don't agree to anything. But eventually, you really are, if you're not going to file bankruptcy, then you should agree to something. But you want to do it when you're calm and collected and
Mm.
thinking through, and you want to negotiate a monthly amount that you can live with.
So what do you do, Dai, when you get multiple collection calls, right? So I got this lien, or I got this debt that's 1,000, this debt that's 4,000, this debt that's 3,000. So you're getting all these calls, you're answering the calls. Hey, I got to think about it. I got to think about it. I got to think about it. I'm going to talk to an attorney. I'm going to talk to an attorney. I'm going to think about it and be kind and all that stuff. What's your advice to those people in figuring out the next steps?
File bankruptcy, it all goes away. It makes it
Yeah.
all so simple.
Some people don't want to file bankruptcy,
Yeah, but they're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about.
but you're a bankruptcy attorney. Of course, you're going to say that.
Of course I am.
I mean,
And
what would you say to the people who say, I don't want to file bankruptcy? How do I get the collection agencies to stop calling? How do I come up with a
right,
plan
I,
to pay
I
it?
understand where you're coming from, but in the scenario you just described,
Hmm.
where you have multiple calls on multiple debts, why not just make it all go away? All right, so let's look at this. Here's a little lecture that I give a lot,
Hmm.
and it has to do with the fact that there's something about human beings that they hate losses more than they like gains.
Hmm.
Psychologists call this the sunk cost fallacy.
Okay.
So let's suppose you have $30,000 in debt.
Okay.
Let's say it's 20. Let's say it's $20,000 in debt.
20,000.
All right. Okay. Uh, let's suppose that you've run out of bread. And the kids want their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Hmm.
So you're walking to the store and you're three-quarters of the way to the store when you remember it's Sunday. The
Hmm.
store's closed. Do you
Right.
walk all the way to the store and then turn around, or you just stop and turn around?
You stop and turn around.
Of course. So people, when they owe $20,000, and let's say a great sacrifice, they have an $800 credit score,
Hmm.
and they want to quote like protect that psychic investment they have in the credit score,
Yeah.
but won't look at the $20,000 you're going to save
Yeah.
by filing bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So let's analyze this. Let's be rational like lawyers are. Let us suppose that I tied you. I would say this to my client. It's hard to tie somebody up over Zoom.
Hmm.
Tied you up to your chair so you couldn't move.
Right.
And I rear back and I say, I'm going to punch you as hard as a fat, out of shape black belt can punch, which is really hard, right in the nose. Unless you paid me $1, you would certainly pay me $1.
Yeah.
If I reared back and said, I'm going to punch you as hard as I can, right in the nose, unless you pay me $10,000, you would certainly say, take your best shot.
Yeah.
So the pain of a punch in the nose has a dollar value. Somewhere between $1,000 and $10,000 is the right number, right?
Hmm. Okay.
And every day, juries have to decide what some accident victims' pain and suffering is worth in dollars.
Hmm.
Hard thing to do, but they have to do it, and they do it. Here is my question that I would pose to a client that does not want to file bankruptcy.
Okay.
Isn't the pain that you feel over filing bankruptcy, over breaking your word with these greedy corporations, over being inadequate to pay your debt, over the shame that you feel, which is absolutely misplaced because nobody cares that you're filing bankruptcy. Nobody cares.
Mhm.
All of this pain, isn't it more than adequately compensated by $20,000? Isn't
Yeah.
that a really good deal? Oh, I filed bankruptcy. I have all this pain. Oh, I saved
Yeah.
$20,000. Which would you rather spend the money on the kids and grandkids or on the greedy corporations?
They, the logic of Dai Rosenblum. You've heard it right here.
There it is.
I love it, Dai. Thank you.